Hello, everyone. Welcome to Digitech Dialogue. The Digitech Dialogue series is an initiative of ET Government, the Economic Times. This is an interactive show with the bureaucrats on different milestones in their digital transformation journey. In this series, senior government officials give an insight of digital innovations and use of new technologies by their department or ministry. Today, on behalf of ET Government, I welcome Mr. Neeraj Kumar Bansod, a 2008 batch IAS officer of Chhattisgarh cadre, and he is the Director, Health Services, Department of Health and Family Welfare, Government of Chhattisgarh. Mr. Neeraj belongs to Maharashtra, but had given Chhattisgarh as his first choice in the cadre allocation. His work in the hotbed of Naxalite movement in Chhattisgarh, Sukma district, is an example of his sheer determination to take on challenges head on. He has completed Bachelor of Engineering with the Production Engineering from Maharashtra. Neeraj has done a splendid job as a Chief Executive Officer of Bilaspur Jilla Panchayat. His deep understanding to solve the problems of downtrodden section of society made the government of Chhattisgarh send him to Sukma in 2014 as a district collector. I once again welcome Mr. Neeraj Bansod.
Thank you.
Let's begin the conversation. My first question to you is, sir, considering that vaccination is a top priority for all the states, for its citizens, to give it 18 to 44 and above 45 age, what has been your priorities on the ground today, sir?
The state of Chhattisgarh is actually looking forward, and there is this strategy of Government of India's strategy that test, treat, track, vaccinate, and follow COVID appropriate behavior. So we are actually following the same strategy, and we so far state of Chhattisgarh has vaccinated more than crore population, and we stand among top states in the entire country when it comes to vaccination. So vaccination is the highest priority of the state of Chhattisgarh.
What is the indent, total indent that you have in place and you have proposed to the Government of India to get the number of vaccinations?
As such, we almost, whatever we indent to Government of India is generally, the current situation is that since the demand is there all across the country, what the Government of India does is they generally allot us a stock of, let us say, a week or so. So normally at any given point of time, we are consuming a stock of, let us say, 2 lakhs to 3 lakhs per day sort of vaccine. So this is our consumption, and based upon the consumption, we, even if whatever amount of indent we generate and we send to Government of India, we generally get what is the vaccination rate that is there in the state of Chhattisgarh. So as such, the indent is comparatively high, but when it comes down to the vaccination rate, and accordingly, Government of India gives the vaccines.
Sir, you also hold a Chief Executive Officer of Ayushman Bharat, the national scheme. So, as you know that, sir, national portability is a built part of the Ayushman Bharat program and scheme. And how do you see that aligning with Chhattisgarh Ayushman Bharat scheme compared to the, total overall national scheme, sir?
You see, Chhattisgarh has it is one of the pioneer states in when it comes to the health financing scheme. Chhattisgarh started this working in this sector since 2009, since the days of Rashtriya Swasthya Bima Yojana. Now, currently, the Ayushman Bharat Pradhan Mantri Jan Arogya Yojana is converged with the state Dr. Khubchand Baghel Swasthya Sahayata Yojana. So we call CEO. We call this scheme as Ayushman Bharat Pradhan Mantri Jan Arogya Yojana, Dr. Khubchand Baghel Swasthya Sahayata Yojana. So we operate this scheme into trust mode, and earlier we used to operate 4 to 5 different schemes. There was different CM sponsored scheme, and there were a separate scheme for the APL families, and so a lot of other schemes. There was a special scheme for heart related disorders, and then eye-related disorders. So all those schemes were actually merged, and with the single IT platform of Ayushman Bharat Pradhan Mantri Jan Arogya Yojana, that is known as TMS, And there are some other platforms like hospital empowerment platform, health benefit package platforms. So all these IT platforms are now being used, and we have converged all these schemes integrated into one scheme, and we are operating the scheme. And this is one of the important innovative convergence which has taken place in Chhattisgarh, and which was actually appreciated by National Health Agency, Ayushman Bharat.
Thank you, sir. So telemedicine has been given top priority ever since COVID, the pandemic, what we are witnessing today. In terms of usage of telemedicine, maybe e-Sanjeevani or one of your any in-house applications, what has been Chhattisgarh's experience in dealing with or using the telemedicine concept?
Indeed, telemedicine has come up as a very great support when it comes to the patients who were home isolated. We used telemedicine as one of the important tools to monitor these patients regularly. Not only e-Sanjeevani, but the government of Chhattisgarh had its own local this thing, by which we actually connected the ANMs and methanins and all other grassroots workers. Apart from that, we had a network of doctors who joined voluntarily, and like the Step 1 solutions and all. So we used these solutions of telemedicine in order to actually treat these home isolation patients. And let me tell you, like so far Chhattisgarh has treated more than like 90,000 persons in home isolation. So telemedicine has definitely benefited a lot, and we are now actually we are expanding this telemedicine through e-Sanjeevani, health or wellness centers, and other diagnostics also.
Sir, if I may ask you, on the ground, what are the challenges that present your state is facing, and how do you finding solutions to mitigate these challenges?
The current challenges which we are facing is that definitely one of the biggest challenges is the human resource. The second wave of COVID, when it hit Chhattisgarh, like any other states, Chhattisgarh had all the problems, but definitely the important challenge was to cope up with the actually capacity, with the skilled manpower. We had ventilators, but there was a problem in the skilled HR to operate the ventilators. There was a problem in skilled HR to operate the oxygenated beds, and so on and so forth. So these things are there. So I think one of the biggest challenges the human resource, because let me tell you, the infrastructure, the equipments, the oxygen plants and oxygen beds, there was no issue with that. But yes, Chhattisgarh somehow coped up with in the state disaster relief fund. We had generated HR, like 3,000 special HR were recruited through SDRF to bridge the gap of the HR. But nevertheless, it was one of the biggest challenges.
Telangana state and Karnataka state and some southern states have used drones to transport the vaccination from one location to another location in order to, since they are not able to go to that place by the road. So do you see any possibility like in Chhattisgarh, in future you are using some kind of a sampling or piloting using drones?
I really can't say about it, because like there are no doubt so many inaccessible areas in Chhattisgarh, especially the southern area which is actually LW affected area. There is a lot of forested and tribal area which is very inaccessible and difficult to reach, hard to reach areas are there. We have a strong network of methanins who are known as ASHA workers. We have 70,000 strong methanins. Then we have, definitely there may be a scope, but as far as Chhattisgarh is considered, I don't think so. In the immediate near times, it will be like it can be thought of.
Sir, have the healthcare services in government hospitals been stabilized for COVID and non-COVID today, as on today?
Yes. See, our state has like the current positivity is less than 1. It is mostly, and it is hovering around 0.5, 0.6. We have opened up the non-COVID services. the cataract surgeries, the planned elective surgeries had started happening, taking place, and the child health care services, they were actually suffering, maternal health services were suffering. So all these healthcare services have now are like things are back on platform. The no doubt because of the COVID, the infrastructure has also improved. The bed capacity has improved. The ICU capacity, the oxygenated beds capacity, which are otherwise also required when it comes to the critical healthcare services delivery. So the things have improved, and currently the COVID and non-COVID healthcare services both are going on simultaneously. And this will probably, even if there is a third wave, this will go on, I think.
Okay. To enhance the impetus for healthcare infrastructure in the state, many state governments have enhanced their budgets and also come out with some kind of infrastructure growth plan for health infrastructure in the states. In terms of your state, what are the plans, ongoing plans for the health infrastructure enhancement in your states for current financial year, sir?
We have a network of district hospital, medical college hospitals, and we have a network of civil hospitals and community health centers. All these facilities are relatively bigger facilities when it comes to other centers like PSCs or sub-health centers and health wellness centers. The government of Chhattisgarh is planning to have a oxygen plan for the entire state. It is we are actually planning to have a liquid oxygen tank and PSA plant in every district hospitals, every medical colleges. Then every CSC will be having 50% of oxygenated beds, and there will be at least 2 to 3 beds in every CSCs, which will be ICU beds with ventilator. PSCs will also have some oxygenated beds, and for this we are going to invest funds through state budget, through the districts. With their own funds, they're also going to raise this infrastructure. So we are ramping our healthcare infrastructure, especially looking into the so-called third wave, which is, if at all it is there. So we are pushing our healthcare infrastructure.
Sir, final question, sir. National Digital Health Mission is one of the top priorities of the Government of India and also state governments. So there is a mandate from National Health Authority that the database to be managed, compiled, and shared with the National Health Authority. So this is between National Health Authority and the National Health Mission at the state government level. So what is the status and readiness of your state, sir?
We are on board with Government of India's National Digital Health Mission. The NIC has some platforms which are being used by state of Chhattisgarh. We don't have a separate any digital platform which we have to integrate. We are already following the same sort of platforms. So the Ayushman Bharat platforms are Government of India's platforms. They are there. The drug distribution system platform is there. The hospital OPD IPD platform is there. That is e-hospital. Then HMIS. All these are the platforms. These are the same platforms. So as far as the integration with the NDHM is there, I don't think so. We will have any issue. And we are going ahead with the whatever the tasks and whatever the action plan which is being proposed by the National Health Authority for NDHM. We are on board and we are going ahead.
Thank you, Mr. Neeraj Banswad. It was a great interaction with you. Our sincere thanks to you for accepting our invitation and making today's show wonderful. We wish you all the best for your future endeavors. Thank you.